Alright, the new structure deck has been leaked. Stardust Nexus is its name. It is a Junk, Synchron, Stardust, yudei themed structure deck. Go ahead and jump straight into it. First reprint and our ultra rare is a quickdraw Synchron. It came out back in 2019. This is a level 5 tuner monster. You can special summon it by discarding another monster from your hand. And then you can actually, when you synchro summon with it, substitute this for any Synchron tuner, which allows you to basically synchro summon for Junk Archer, Turbo Warrior, any of those kind of monsters that require Synchron, regardless of what it requires. This can fill the role for it. So it's a pretty cool card. It used to be popular in the TCG back during the quickdraw Dandy Warrior format. Used to use this with Dandelion to go for synchro summons with it. So pretty cool to get this as a reprint. We definitely needed it. It came out a long time ago. So another one that goes hand in hand with that also needed a reprint was Junk Synchron. This is a level 3 tuner. When you normal summon it, you can target a level 2 or lower monster in your graveyard, special summon it to the board. So it's a 1-card synchro, this plus a level 2. You can go into things like Junk Warrior or the new Ally Justice Catastor monster that's coming out in the box that was just revealed. So plenty of things you can do with that. These are two great reprints that we definitely needed from old boxes back in, look at it, December of 2018 and March of 2019. So yeah, more than 2 years ago for both of these things. We needed these to get reprints. Happy about that. We also have some other reprints here that aren't as good. Bright Star Dragon. Normal summon it, you can increase a monster's level by 2, not really too important. Hypersyncron, a level 4 tuner that when you synchro summon for a dragon type, it gains an attack boost, but then it gets banished in the end phase, so not very good either. Junk Servant, if you control a junk monster, you can special summon this card from your hand. This one's not terrible. Level 4, 1500 attack points warrior. It's not amazing, but if you're trying to run a junk deck, this can definitely fill a spot for some of the other effects that you might be using. So this might be usable in some junk synchro decks. Next we have Level Warrior, another reprint. By the way, everything so far has been a reprint, as is the next card. If there are no monsters on the field, normal summon this card as a level 2. If your opponent controls a monster and you have no monsters, you can special summon this card from your hand as a level 4. So good versatility, being able to go for level 2, 3, or 4, whatever you need. But there's probably better options for you to go with if you need that kind of effect to do synchro or XYZ plays or whatever. It's probably not the best card in this structure deck. Next we have Junk Anchor, another reprint. This one has the same effect as Quickdraw Synchron in that you can substitute it for any Synchron monster when you go for a synchro summon. It's a level 2 tuner. So just like the Quickdraw, you can go for Junk Archer, Turbo Warrior, Junk Warrior, whatever, regardless of what its requirements are. It also has a nice effect. Once per turn, you can discard a card from your hand and target a non-tuner junk in your graveyard and special summon it to the board, and then immediately afterwards synchro summon using it. So you can discard a card from your hand, bring back something like Junk Servant, and immediately synchro summon for 6 to go into your Turbo Warrior or whatever other junk monster you may have in your graveyard. So that's actually a pretty cool card. It 1.5, 2 card to be able to get a synchro, but you only need this 1 card on the board to get a synchro summon going. So it's a nice little card for junk decks. We also have a new card here for junks, Junk Converter. So you can discard this card and 1 tuner from your hand to add a Synchron monster from your deck to hand. So this is basically very similar to tuning, which is coming out in the deck, the box that just got revealed a couple days ago, the new box. So they basically have the same thing. You can add a Synchron from your deck to hand. So that's basically like 6 copies of a way to add whatever Synchron you need, plus 3 copies of whatever Synchron monster it is yourself, like Quickdraw. It's 9 ways to get it in your opening hand. That's pretty good. That's extremely good consistency to get whatever Synchron monster you may need. It also has another effect too. When you synchro summon using this card and it gets sent to the graveyard, you can target a tuner in your grave and special summon it to the board in defense mode. Negate its effects, but it doesn't even have to be the tuner that you actually synchro summoned with. So you can, Junk Anchor or whatever, bring this out, synchro summon, and then whatever you synchro summon, you can bring back a tuner from your graveyard, and you can bring back any other one, Quickdraw, whatever. So there's so many things you can do with this. It's definitely a good card. I'm glad to see them get some actually good support here. Still gonna have to see if junks if it's enough to make junk even like a King of Games deck or anything, but very interesting to see this card. We also got Boost Warrior. This is another reprint. If you control face-up tuner, special summon this card from your hand in face-up defense mode. Warriors you control gain 300 attack. It's just another extender. Mono Synchron. This is a new one as well. So when you're using this card as Synchro material, the other Synchro monster must be level 4 or lower, warrior or machine, and they are treated as level 1. So basically, you're only going to be synchroing for level 2 with this to go into Formula Synchron, and that's pretty much its only use. You're just going to be Synchro Summoned for Formula Synchron with it. Not very good. Turbosyncron, this is another reprint here, something about declaring an attack and taking damage, special summoning something from your hands. Too slow for dueling, it's not very good. Alright, here we have another new card, the last main deck new card, Synchro Chase. So, your opponent can't activate any cards or effects in response to the effect activations of Synchro monsters with Warrior, Synchron, or Stardust in their original names. So it's a continuous spell, and while it's on the board, your Stardust Dragon, your Junk Warriors, your Formula Synchrons, they can't be negated. Their effects cannot be negated by your opponent. And if you Synchro Summon a Warrior, Synchron, or Stardust Synchro monster, you can target one monster in your graveyard used as its material and special summon it in defense mode. You can only use that effect once per turn. So anytime you Synchro Summon for one of these types, you can actually bring back one of the materials used and to the board and go ahead and Synchro again. I don't know if this works with Junk Converter, because if it does, that would mean that you should be able to Synchro Summon and special summon both the materials right back to the board and Synchro again, or Synchro for another monster, or I'm not sure if how that works, but either way, this is actually not a terrible card. I actually think this is actually a pretty decent card. I'm not sure if it's actually going to be used in the deck or if it's going to be worth it, but turn by turn, getting a free card back for Synchro Summons, that's not awful. Maybe not at the highest level of play in tournaments and stuff, but you'll probably see it in lower levels of play be fairly annoying. We also got another reprint here, Stardust Respark. Your opponent special summons a monster and attacks. You can negate the attack, draw a card, special summon a Stardust monster. The attack has to be greater than the life points, so I don't know, hit the card correct attack. I don't think it's all that good, but we'll see. I think Stardust we need more Stardust cards for support cards for any kind of actual like dedicated Stardust strategy or whatever to work. I think that the junk cards and the Synchron cards are the bigger focus here. We did get Stardust Dragon reprinted in here as well. It is the new alternate art, or the newer alternate art, so glad to see Stardust become more easily accessible for people. It's a huge fan favorite card, so obviously a lot of people want to have it, and it's good that they have easier access to it. Junk Warriors getting another reprint. This came in the structure deck beforehand. A lot of cards in here actually are only available in the last structure deck, and are now, once again, only available in a structure deck in the second one this time. So, yeah, Junk Warrior available now. Goes hand in hand with Junk Synchron. We also got Junk Archer, also goes with Junk Synchron, another reprint from Future Horizon. And then we got Turbo Warrior, another reprint from Spirit of the Box. Opponent can't target this monster with effects that are level 6 or lower. And then this one, whenever you attack like a level 6 or higher monster with it, you can have its attack and get rid of it pretty easily. Junk Archer kind of acts like that spider monster that's in the game right now that everyone uses, the Malevolent Sin. You can banish your opponent's monster till the end phase and then clear their board to attack directly with it. Junk Warrior just gives you attack boost if you have level 2 or lower monsters on the board when you summon it. Not really big there. I think Catastor, which is coming in the box that just got leaked, is probably better than this by quite a bit. But the last new card we got is Formula Synchron. When this card's Synchro Summoned, you can draw a card, and then during your opponent's turn on their main phase, you can click effect, Synchro Summon using this card, and of course if you have a level 5 or something like that, you can go into Black Rose Dragon on their turn and do shenanigans like that. And that is absolutely devastating if you can blow up their board mid-turn. Some decks just cannot survive that. So we did get a couple other things. There's going to be a new skill coming out. Not sure fully on the details yet, but you got to start the duel with a Junk Converter in your graveyard. I forgot this is the Junk Converter card, so you start out with a copy of that, which is nice. It's a level 2, which means that your Junk Synchron can immediately on turn 1 already have a target to go into a level 5 play, but the skill says you start out with one in your graveyard, and then if you have a Stardust Dragon on the field, special summon from your deck one something, don't know what, and if you special summon the monster this way, you can't summon things from the rest of your deck except for Wind Attribute Dragon Synchron monsters. You have to have 8 copies or more of Junk or Synchron monsters, as well as 4 or more copies of Stardust, Junk, or Synchron monsters in your extra deck. So you gotta have a bunch of Junk and Synchron monsters in your deck and your extra deck to get it to work. Not sure exactly what monster you gotta bring out right now, but I would guess it'd be something to help go in the Shooting Star Dragon, because it does look like we are going to be receiving Shooting Star Dragon as the event reward for, like, you know, like we kind of get like these events twice a year. Like we got the alternate eyes, the Blue Eyes alternate eye dragon this a few months back. Same thing with that. Everyone I think who logs in should get this card. I'm hoping that's what it is anyways. We don't know for sure, but I'm hoping that's what it is. And then everyone will have access to a copy of this, and I'm guessing it's gonna go hand in hand with this, basically trying to turn Stardust into a shooting star dragon. So, and there's also a animation as well that came out for the shooting star dragon in this. So yeah, lots of exciting things coming here. I'm also gonna be doing a review of the box itself now that we know what the structure deck is and what's in there. Give us a little bit more knowledge, I feel like, and make some better judgments at what I think the review of the box actually is, and what it's gonna look like going forwards.